Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome to my garage, or my old garage. Do I look utterly crazy right now? I just woke up. Okay, if you could guess by all the boxes, and I'm sure some of you could, I am moving once again. This is my 9th move in 9 years, but who's counting? It keeps me young, it keeps me agile, and I've said it once and I'll say it again. If you stay still, you die. Remember that. And very quickly, I'll give you the quick breakdown of what's going on. It's a little bit complicated and convoluted, but back in 2016, I bought this house, and then I sold the house shortly after to a friend. Then I moved across the country a few times, and then I moved back five or 6 months ago because I moved back to my hometown, but in the process, I couldn't find an apartment in time. When my lease was up in Ohio, I know it's getting crazy, but anyway, I couldn't find an apartment because everything was busy and everything had like a waiting list, so I had to wait 5 months until I got into my new place, which I will give you guys a tour of very soon once I get it together. So anyway, yeah, coming here was only temporary, so this move was definitely planned. This was just like, I'll hang out here for 5 months and then I'll go to where I need to go. I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, well, just pretend like it did. And with all that said, it's a sad day, a very sad day, and it's time to say bye to an old friend that I've had in my life for nearly a decade now. And it's been a very supportive friend, a good friend, a loyal friend, and a friend who has basically been in the backdrop of many of my videos. And who is that friend? Well, let me show you. Say hello to Black Beauty. Now, this has been my Blu-ray DVD shelf since 2010. I actually made a video putting this thing together when I looked like a weird alien child over a decade ago. So here's that video.
Alrighty, after about 10 minutes and a little bit of crying, I finally opened the box. And here we go. So building the shelf, it made me feel like a big man. She is. Black Beauty, as I'm going to call her.
I hope that haunts your dreams for years to come. But as far as this shelf goes, this has been an awesome movie shelf. I've had it, like I said, for over a decade. I've moved across the country with this multiple times. I've dropped it downstairs. I've had thousands of movies on this thing, but it's a little bit beat up. This last move nearly killed it, and I'm currently out of space. I don't really have a place to put this, and I don't really need it anymore because I sort of changed my backdrop and the way I shoot videos, and I essentially have this shelf, but it's like 2 versions of this where it's split in half. So you have 2 shelves, but not as high. So yeah, that's what I'm using in the backdrop of most of my videos nowadays, which just works out better for me. But the reason I'm getting rid of this is because it's really broken, it's damaged, you know, as you can see back here on the bottom part, like here's a hidden door, you know. This right here is, it looks like it was shot with a missile of some sort or something, I don't know. And I like to think that adds character, you know, it has a lot of battle scars and wounds from its years of service, and it's been a good shelf. So it's time to get rid of it. I reached out to a few people I knew, and no one really needed a shelf, and so I guess I'm gonna toss it today, which makes me sad. I'm sad. I'm very sad. So when I did the sort of clickbaity title of this video, saying goodbye for one last time, well, it was directed towards my movie shelf, and I am saying goodbye one last time because this thing has been an extension of not only myself, but many of my videos for many years, and I think we should all take a moment of silence and remember Black Beauty, the best Blu-ray shelf that ever lived. Hey there guys, and happy New Year's Eve. We made it. Well, almost. We're a few hours away from 2022, and hopefully I can upload this video in time so any of this that I'm saying makes sense, but I hope you enjoyed the first segment of this video where I said goodbye to an inanimate object known as my movie shelf, and I will miss it. It's been around for a very long time. It was a nice backdrop to my videos, but it was so beat up, and sometimes in life you just have to let go and say goodbye. And since it's almost 2022, I wanted to give you guys some updates, some ideas I want to implement into my YouTube videos, and I also want to give you guys a quick tour of my new office setup, which is still in the process of being set up. Slowly but surely we will get there, and I want to get your guys' feedback and some ideas that you might have, because I like to hear from you guys. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, because I'm poor and they help pay for caffeinated beverages to keep me alive, and I'll see you guys right after. Big thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. For me, when it comes to learning new things that I'm truly interested in, I almost become addicted to the point where I stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning just taking new classes on Skillshare. For example, there's so many classes about audio, video, filmmaking, and as a dude who makes YouTube videos, I try to make the best videos I possibly can, but I'm always trying to improve. One class I recently took was called DIY Cinematography, Make Your Video Look Like a Movie by Ryan Booth, because that's what I want to do. When I make vlog videos or YouTube videos, I want to make them look more cinematic. My goal in 2022 is to try to learn as many things as I possibly can relating to making YouTube videos, and one thing I want to learn more about is Photoshop. Now, I know how to use Photoshop pretty decently. I've been using it for 15 years, but there's still tons of stuff I don't know how to do. So yeah, I'm going to take some new classes on that to expand my creativity. And the best part is, the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So you can start exploring your creativity today. The link to that is down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's get back to the video.
And now, our feature presentation.
Okay guys, thanks for watching that. It really does help the channel, and that's all I ask. Just watch it. So yeah, going forward, some things I want to do in 2022 is be more consistent. I know that's sort of always been my Achilles heel when it comes to YouTube. I become very inconsistent, but over the last year, I think the most consistent thing I've done in YouTube is the weekly live shows. I love doing them. I truly enjoy the live shows. That's everything I've ever wanted from YouTube. And at first when I started YouTube, you couldn't just do live shows. You couldn't host it with that kind of quality and get that feedback and have a conversation with your viewers. No worries, the weekly live shows aren't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I actually want to make them better. I want to start segmenting different parts of the show to certain topics and having weekly segments that I do on a consistent basis. I also would like to start incorporating maybe a co-host occasionally, maybe not for the whole show, but for part of it, just to have someone to have a conversation with and go back and forth. And when it comes to the weekly live shows, one other thing I need to start doing, and many people have asked, is, John, why don't you take the audio from these and make it into a podcast? And that makes complete and total sense, because sometimes you don't want to look at my stupid face for 2 hours, but you do want to hear my stupid voice. And I get it. So rather than have your YouTube app opened, you can just have the audio playing on, I don't know, Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. And I can make an audio version of the live shows. That way you can just listen to it. So yeah, if you guys would like that, let me know. And also when it comes to YouTube and going back to that consistency thing, I need to start reviewing more movies. Now, do I want to review every movie that comes out every week that I have no interest in whatsoever, but I make it an obligation to talk about it? I'm not going to do that. I've never wanted to be the guy who reviews every movie on YouTube. I've just never wanted to do that. Now, when there's a movie that I'm interested in and I like it or I want to talk about it, I will definitely do it. If there's a movie that's so bad that I need to tell you about it, I will also do that. And one other thing I wanted to say about reviewing movies on YouTube, I've never really considered my channel a movie review channel. I sort of almost consider a movie lifestyle channel. I'm a dude who likes movies. I like to talk about it, but most importantly, I sort of like sharing my experience with the movies. Because when it comes to talking about movies on YouTube, I always like to try to make it as personable as I possibly can. I like including my experience and what I did to get ready for that movie and how I felt watching it. And also I talk about the movie, yes, but I like to talk about all the different elements surrounding it rather than just the movie. Was there anything else I wanted to share? Oh yeah, the most important thing is I wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching my channel, subscribing. Maybe you're a newer subscriber, or maybe you've been here since the beginning. And if you've been here since the beginning, it's been a long ride, and all I can do is say thank you. Thank you. And if I could give you a hug, I probably would. All right, let me give you guys a quick tour. And by the way, here's my current setup that I've been making live streams with and I've been doing a lot of reviews at, just because my other setup isn't quite ready to go yet. But when it comes to this, it's so easy and so simple. I just sit here in my comfy computer chair. I have my microphone right here. I push record on the camera, and it's hooked up to my streaming software, so it all instantaneously gets saved to the computer. And I don't have to take a little SD card and transfer. It makes the process so easy and simplistic. And by the way, there's Sour Patch Kids guy. Shh, don't tell anybody. But yeah, here is my my professional setup. Because whenever you talk about movies on YouTube, you need to set in front of your movie collection to accreditate your own opinion, or at least that's how I feel. But either way, this is where I'm going to start doing movie reviews. Not the live streams will always be there because I simply can't do them here. But when it comes to movie reviews, I'm going to start doing them here. I just put my movies on the shelf. They're in no alphabetical order whatsoever because that would take 15 years. So if any of you want to come over and alphabetize all of these movies in my collection, feel free to do so, and I will pay you with Sour Patch Kids and stale popcorn. But either way, I'm still setting this up. I need to get the lighting right. I need to hang the Flick logo. And this is a work in progress, but eventually, hopefully in January, this is all completed and done. And I just think that's a really cool setup right there. You get to sit in the movie theater chair and talk about movies. It just makes sense. And the last thing I wanted to show you, by the way, I'm still moving into my new apartment, so forgive the mess, but is this majestic, magical, and mystical setup. This is how I've been watching movies. It's amazing when you watch like a sci-fi film or like Stranger Things. It has these stars and this intergalactic dimension above your head. It's just truly a glorious setup. And once again, when it comes to lighting, it's just a fun way to watch movies. Now, how am I getting this? I'll show you. Bananas, always get your potassium, kids. But this is how I'm achieving the galaxy light setup. Now, the coolest thing about this is I like just the presentation of it. It's like a little astronaut guy looking up. He has a laser and a light projector in him. So yeah, I bought this on Amazon for like $60. I'll put the link to this down below if you guys want a closer look at it. Yeah, use my link. It does help out the channel. And by the way, just like look at that. Look how majestic and magical that is. Yeah, so it definitely makes the movie theater experience way better. Or you can put them in your room when you're falling asleep and just go off to another galaxy. Sometimes that's what I do. So either way, guys, I recommend it. It actually looks better than it does in the video. Like, it's more vivid in person. So, all right, so I think that covers all of the updates for this video. And one other thing I do want to have another return is movie nights at some point, because like I said, when it comes to me and movies, it's all about the experience. And movie nights are like the pinnacle of that. So either way, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below. Let me know what you guys want to see in 2022, or let me know what you guys are going to do in 2022. What goals do you want to achieve this year? Yeah, keep it real. Let me know down below. I'm genuinely curious. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, I just put up a brand new video on the Flick channel, my most anticipated movies of next year. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.